going to find some space in our heart. So our chest, collarbone, shoulders, and just giving us the feeling of being a little bit more open and ready to receive. You do need a couple of blocks, so let's start off with using these blocks, stacking your shoulders over top of the medium block and using the top block for your skull. Now you can adjust the height so that it's absolutely comfortable for you. Now this medium block height here is going to go just underneath your shoulder blades so that they can actually slide down past the block, and then the top block is going to catch the back of your head. Like I said, take a moment to wiggle yourself around and make sure that you feel really comfortable here. So if that means you need to change the height of your blocks, you want to do that. You might feel a little bit of discomfort in the opening of your chest if you've never done this before, but it should feel pretty good once you get there. Knees can be bent, feet can be wide, knees together, or you can straighten the legs out. Doesn't matter. Arms are going to go out, open nice and wide. And then we are going to begin our class by taking some nice deep breaths into this space, allowing our back to expand and feel long. At the same time, opening up in the front body, giving us space to breathe deeply and full. Take a couple more breaths here. Maybe feeling your shoulders slide down the block a little bit. Great job, everybody. Let's rebend our knees, planting our feet on the floor if you had your legs straight out. And we're going to come off of these blocks, so you can either roll to the side or just sit straight up. If you sit up, just go slow, move the blocks out from behind you, and set them off to the side. Onto your spine again, hugging those knees in, maybe a little rock back and forth, so that you can feel your low back on the floor. Good, then start to rock and roll so that you're tapping your shoulders on the floor and then your toes. Giving your back a nice big massage all the way until you come to sit. Reaching for your block, we're going to come into hero's pose or virasana. So taking the block the long way underneath your hips, either medium height or low height or medium height. Knees come towards each other and feet come to the outside. Tall, tall spine. And let's inhale, reach your arms up overhead. As we exhale, bend your arms so they come into this cactus or goalpost shape. As we inhale, we're broadening across the chest and squeezing our hands and shoulders behind us. As we exhale, we come together and see if you can touch your elbows and your hands together, tuck the chin. Inhale, open up, nice and wide. And exhale, draw everything in. Squeeze nice and tight. 2 more times. Inhale, open up. We're going to be using this motion a lot today. Exhale, squeeze it in. 1 more time. Inhale, open. Feel that nice space. And exhale, squeeze everything in. Good. You can release the hands down. Give those shoulders a little roll out. And we'll be coming off of our block and into our tabletop. Remembering that we want to think about our shoulders stacking over our wrists, our hips over our knees, and just rock back and forth a few times so that you can warm up the feeling of those wrists. Toes are going to be tucked under. And the next time you rock back, let's lift our hips all the way up and back into your first downward facing dog. Pedal out those feet, or as I like to call it, walk the dog. Drop one heel and then the other. And then let's see if we can settle in for a few rounds of breath here. Nice long spine, drawing the navel in, lengthening the back out. 2 more breaths. On your next breath, let's rise up on our toes, look forward, bend your knees, and see if you can take a big jump towards the front of your mat. Big toes come to touch. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend over and see if you can release your head to the floor. Feeling the backs of your legs. Feel free to bend them as much as you need if it's too much in the backs of those hamstrings. Then as we inhale, let's tuck our chin and start to round up through our spine, pulling your belly button in as much as you can, all the way, sweeping your arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Coming into chair pose with the big toes touching, start to bend your knees back, making sure your hips, sinking your hips back, bending your knees backwards so that you can still see your toes. Pull the chest up and then reach those arms up over your head. Exhale, we're coming back into this cactus position with our arms. As we inhale, let's broaden across our chest as much as we can, holding it here. So you might feel a little bit of an arch now in your low back. See if you can keep sinking down, but at the same time, pull the low belly in. So pull that belly button in. Can you sink a little bit deeper? Let's hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Releasing the hands down, stretching those legs out. Awesome job. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat and step back into your downward facing dog. On your next breath in, let's lift the right leg up, stretching into a nice 3-limb down dog. And as you exhale, bend the knees, shift yourself forward, look forward, and step the right foot towards the right thumb. Back knee comes down on the floor. Let's inhale as we come into our Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhale, elbows drop down back into that cactus position. Now try to keep your legs and feet really strong here. And as you inhale, open up through the chest into that nice chest opener. Exhale, draw the navel in, tuck the chin, round the spine, but don't let your legs move. Keep them still. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close it in. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close it in. Amazing job. Inhale, stretch your arms up this time. Exhale, hands come down on the floor and let's step back, downward facing dog. Okay, if we did it on the right side, we must do it on the left. So let's inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, bend the knee, shift yourself forward, look to the left thumb and step your left foot down. Back knee comes down, inhale, arms sweep up. Really strong feet here. Press the back foot down, press the front foot down, pull the hips in, and then drop those elbows, cactus arms. Let's inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, tuck the chin and round the spine in. Inhale, open up. Can you make it nice and wide? Exhale, draw it in, tuck the chin, squeeze the hands together. One more time, inhale, open it up, make it nice and big. Exhale, squeeze everything in. This time, inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, hands down towards the floor, and let's step back into our downward facing dog. We're doing such a nice job here. Let's inhale, shift ourselves forward. Exhale, put your knees down on the floor. Bend the elbows, stick that booty up in the air, and drop your chest and chin down to the floor. Elbows hug together. Point your toes, and then slither your body until you come down into this cobra position, making sure your hands move back so that they're beside your ribs, elbows pull in, lift up, open up through that heart space here. Feel nice and open. Squeeze those elbows together. Let's take one more breath. And then as we exhale, press your hands into the floor, tuck yourself back into a child's pose. Good, so sometimes when we're working on lots of opening in our chest, our low back or our back body gets a little bit tired, so it's always important to give it a little break and go into an opposite position. Okay, so let's go from here. Hands strong on the floor, tuck those toes under, lift ourselves back up into our downward facing dog. As we inhale, right leg is going to sweep up, 3-limb down dog. Exhale, bend the knee, shift yourself forward, step towards the right hand. Now the left foot is going to come all the way down on the floor. Toes are pointing out a bit of an angle as we sweep our arms up into warrior one. So shoulders are facing forward, front knee is bent, back leg is nice and straight. Arms are going to now bend into that same cactus position. So let's do 3 of those cat-cow positions here. As we inhale, open up through the chest. As we exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine as much as you can, elbows come together. Try not to move your legs. Inhale, you might feel wobbly, see if you can be strong. Exhale, tuck it around. One more time, inhale, open it up. Exhale, tuck and round. Keep those feet pressing strong. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, hands down on your mat, and let's step back, downward facing dog. Okay, let's try this all on the left side. Left leg is going up. Exhale, bend the knee, shift yourself forward, step down. Right foot comes down to warrior one. Your warrior one, your heels should be in the same line. Deep bend in the front leg, arms sweep up. See if you're stable here and strong. If you're not, adjust your stance a little bit. Bend those elbows down. Let's be strong. We've got 3 more of those chest openers. So inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, tuck the chin around the spine, ground down through those feet. Inhale, open it all up. Exhale, tuck the chin, round it in. One more time. Inhale, open it up. And exhale, tuck the chin, round it in. Inhale, arms stretch up. And exhale, hands down to the floor. Good job. Let's come back into that downward facing dog. We'll inhale, shift ourselves forward into our plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Squeeze the elbows together. Slither yourself through into your cobra pose. Hug those elbows in towards each other, gazing forward. And then exhale, press yourself back into a child's pose. Let's take 3 breaths here. Just allow yourselves to release and let go just a little bit more. Then use your hands if you need to. Tuck your chin around, your spine all the way until you come to sit. And we are going to take those blocks that we used earlier and set up in the exact same position we started with. Maybe this time you'll feel a little bit more space. So set those blocks up into this variation. Slowly guide yourself so that you're lying on the medium block. Back of the head is on the tall block. Stretching the legs out or bending the knees in if that feels better for you. Arms open wide. And as you lie here on these blocks, just come back into your breath. Allowing it to slow down now. Staying here as long as you'd like. Inviting the space open. Continue to breathe. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.